Okay, thanks, buddy.
Oh, you want to look at yourself?
Well, I'm on live.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm on live. My wife didn't know I was on live here. She was helping me out. All you men that's married, you know about this great, fantastic wives that are helping. I came to read those little comments down there, so y'all have to talk to each other. How about it? Hey, my wife, you can see her facing the part of the screen there. She's trying to look over and read comments and all. There's James in the back waving. I was going to let y'all know, not one somebody, but a bunch of somebodies emailed me the exact same link to watch on YouTube about a little city, I guess they call it a borough, there in New Jersey on the boardwalk. And I put the link to that same video in my last video where it said, "Where's Chief?" I just did it this morning and pinned it in case you want to go see it. I'm on the road right now to go do the memorial service for Brother Don. If you go to my website, Speaking the Truth Ministries, which I have now absorbed, basically at his request and specifically at his widow's request, but it's on my website, Sovereign Church of Jesus, sovereignchurchofjesus.com. If you go over there, you'll see it'll say Brother Don and Singing in Foley, so you can see the man and see his preaching and teaching. And we worked in ministry for about 25 years together. So we did about a 3-hour journey. It's like Gilligan's Island, kind of a 3-hour journey. Anyway, I finally found me some glasses that fit my face with comfort. They got bamboo stuff here on the side, and for some reason it seems to be conducive. I have glasses and sunglasses I wore occasionally, but they seem to hurt the side of my head. But howdy to everybody. And to the few people, not many, but a few, asked me about WDRN, Wicked Development Radio Network. I had been, I would say, officially associated or connected with them for between 2 and 3 months. In other words, about 3 months ago, they started talking to me about promoting the brand and the network and being a part of them. And it was kind of an elusive thing, like an anonymity type thing with maybe up to 5 YouTube broadcasters, and maybe we was going to broadcast on the on an AM or FM radio station out of the Chicago area 2 to 4 hours a day, maybe longer. And there was various things that was, quote, offered to me, and I conditionally accepted based on those coming to fruition, and I began to promote the brand. But I have decided that I am gonna be, for lack of a better word, associated at a distance, meaning that the man that created the brainchild, Beware Mouse, that's a personality name on YouTube, and I helped get several hundred people to go to his channel and help build him. But some of his ideas and philosophy are a bit different than mine. They're generally the same, but a little different. And for that reason, I'm going to be friendly, as in if he wants to talk to me, we'll talk. If he has some ideas, I'll always listen. If I have some ideas and he wishes to entertain those, he can. He's a very intelligent man, but we just, I think, are having a parting of the ways. And another member of WDRN, which is falling Bomb, Fallingbomb, 2 words, Falling Bomb. He was another member of the WDRN stewardship. Basically, there was 4 guys that were kind of stewards of the brand and carrying it out. Anyway, the long and short is, I'm not going to be associated with that, but probably Falling Bomb, myself, another 1 or 2 men behind the scenes will probably create our own syndicate, so to speak. And there's lawful syndicates, but most people think about the mafia syndicates. It's just a group of people with the same goals and the same missions associated together. Give me a thumbs up. Hey, if hello. I'm in a spot I could glance for a minute. If everybody wants James to sing to you, give me a 1. Give me a 1 for James to sing. We'll wait here a second, see if I get any 1s. There's 1. There's 2 1s for James to sing. Okay. Looks like it might be a thumb up for James to sing. A 1. Hey, gray dude. I'm looking over here to make sure I don't get run over. I got precious cargo with me. Okay, the 1s have it. James, what do you want to sing? You've been practicing the song lately. Do you want to sing it now?
I think you put him on the spot.
I'm sorry. Do you not want to sing now? Well, he had been bugging me for about 5 days in a row to do a video with him singing, and I give him the chance and they don't want to do it. Well, that's part of being a dad. Just always not knowing exactly when to do something and when to do it. I do my best. Hey, I was thinking about people I've been talking to about over there at Leon Valley. And our source is the gift that keeps giving. And when I say that I mean they keep giving to certain people more various documents and audio recordings. And I know you might not believe this, but our one source turned into 2 sources, and 2 sources turned into 3 sources. So not only is there one good apple in the batch, we now know of 3 good apples in the batch. SAXTC Prez, he knows. Texas Sheepdog 72 knows. I know. News Now Houston David knows. And I think that's about it. News Now Patrick, he might know too. I ain't looking good, thank you. You're looking good too, I bet, whoever you are. Yeah. So anyway, these documents and recordings have been referred to a officer of the court for review and handling, one for our safety, one for the safety of the officers, basically being a whistleblower, so they can go under whistleblower protection. So when this stuff comes out from the Texas Rangers investigation or the governor's office of the governor's investigators, or the I keep wanting to say adjutant general, that's not right, the inspector general's office, or the DOJ investigation, any one of them investigations, then they're going to be, then these officers or staff members are going to be able to keep from being fired or hurt financially or otherwise. Now, they're probably going to have a black eye in the law enforcement officer and criminal justice field. However, I believe there's enough good, honest people out here that watch this that business. They have businesses throughout the whole country and even around the world. And I'm saying that to say this: whether it's a manufacturer, it's a jewelry store, it's a plumbing or electrical company or whatever, I believe some of these guys, if they do exit the law enforcement community, even for a few years until the heat blows over, I believe there's people that would employ them. If they're interested, they could get their own YouTube channel and probably skyrocket. And they could become an auditor if they wanted to. Some people really don't feel that they can do that because their husband or wife or children or parents work in sensitive positions or in the military for the government, and afraid of causing harm to them or creating, issues there. So that's why they don't go do it. I'm gonna ask my wife to look if y'all got any specific questions for me. You have to see there if they got any specific questions. You can't turn it all the way there.
Well, I can't see nothing.
Okay, well, ain't nobody asked a question yet. It takes a few seconds. Come on, ask a question. and my wife with those razor sharp eyeballs can see your question, get it to me, and then I'll try and give you an answer. Or if you got a thought you'd like to share, what's that say?
Where were you, let's say, where were you going in Mississippi the other day?
Okay. That was the, you have to see if they got any more questions too. And actually, that was, we was on our way back from Texas, recently, headed to Alabama, and we was coming out of Louisiana, going over into, Mississippi. And I thought I could show you going out of one state, going into another state, and I was thinking about the Civil War battlefield and trying to show you where the American flag was up there, and which I don't see the American flag at the state line anywhere else. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and it could show you where the cannons were up there on the hill, and it could tell you about the Coca-Cola and Doll Museum and some other things here in Vicksburg. I just thought it was interesting. I just thought I'd do a 3 to 6 minute video that's just really quick, going down the road, and of course the trolls wanted to tell me first one thing and another about it. Of course, trolls are trolls, what can you say? Let's see, what else did they say?
See, it went off again. In why something reason I asked I was about 1 hour. And that goes too fast. There is people saying you gave up on WORN. Is that true?
It's WDRN. WDRN, Wicked Development Radio Network. Now, I have done some vetting, and I have done some background investigations of my own, to my own satisfaction, and I just do not believe I can be associated with that brand and maintain my integrity and move forward in my Christianity the way I need to, being associated with Beware Mouse, which is the...
You're just not a good fit.
Yeah, it's just not a good fit, but but specifically, he is the creator and organizer. He and I have very different opinions, and in fact, he has lashed out at me, and I did zero to the man. And he did not name me specifically, but anybody with a half of a brain could figure out exactly where it was going, and other people even called me and said, hey, this guy's just gone off his rocker towards you. And he was actually mad at somebody else, but I got caught up in the collateral damage. And my part was that I didn't answer the phone when he called. But what the man doesn't know is I had about a dozen pokers in the fire at the time, and I was basically trying to put out some forest fires, so to speak, and in several people's lives, and I was helping several people, and that took precedence over a concept or an idea, and he got butt hurt and lashed out, which shows a great deal of immaturity and a lack of focus. And in my deeper background investigations, I just don't think it's a good fit at all. He has personal things in his life that I'm dissatisfied with, and I'm not calling the man a liar by no means. But what does all that say there?
Chief, we need to stay. It went away.
Well, it rolls up.
Chief, we need to stay as individuals, groups.
Did you need to read more?
We need to stay as individual, ALS. Groups can be tangled by the government.
Okay. Is that S.A. Ecstasy? Yeah. Good morning. Yeah, well, here's the deal. I think, this is me. Yes, the Prius. I think that I am an individual, but sometimes...
Watch that car.
I can see people's driving half in my lane. Anyway, I really think, or I believe, that yeah, I got me some Buck G sunglasses. Sees my buddy. That's the president's lady, his wife. Anyway, you know, I'm an individual. I've always been an individual, but I've also been a part of groups and a public servant of the people for the super majority of my entire life. I've been a public servant, meaning that you all paid my salary one way or another, and so you were my boss. The only thing that come between that was if you broke a law, a real law, and I would have to make a determination then. If I had to make an arrest, I did. Then you didn't get to be the boss. You couldn't be. Well, you could say that, but that wouldn't stop it. But when we went to court, I told it like it was. If I hit you I told them I hit the man. But if I hit the man, it was because he had hit me first, and it was in self-defense, or to override his violence against me to overthrow the arrest. So, yeah, I told y'all before, one time in court they said, how many times did you batter the man? I said, I don't know. The attorney finally said, was it over 10 times? I would say yes. He said, was it over 20 times? I'd say no. He said, so we can safely say you battered him between 10 and 20 times. I said, yes, sir, that's correct. And then when the state attorney got up, the state attorney said, can you tell us why you did that? And I said, well, that man got in 2 or 3 good licks on my head and busted my chest plate, and I was having to fight him off, for one, for my own survival. Number 2, if it was humanly possible, I had to take the man into custody. Now, it wasn't just for the 5 felony warrants that he had that were violent felony warrants for beating other people down, and I think there was one for domestic violence and one for serious drug offenses, like, you know, a kilo or 2 of cocaine as a distributor. Anyway, the man, you know, had to go down and do time. But I told it straight, and I told it honest, and I answered the questions. In fact, that guy had gone down 2 times, but because I treated that guy with more respect than he deserved and treated him like a man, as soon as I got the cuffs on, he went to the doctor and he got checked out before I even booked him in the jail, or before I got my own treatment, okay? So I put him, even the bad guy, ahead of myself. Other cops will say, you gotta be freaking kidding me. No, that's just me. Good, bad, right, or wrong, that's old Chief here. Anyway, as it happens, that same guy, he had done, I don't know, maybe a year and a half in the joint, and then he had, it's raining, y'all, so you may hear some raindrops keep falling on
You don't wind it up.
No, I'm fine. Anyway, my wife's trying to rush me, y'all. Anyway, that same guy, I was stopping. I had stopped the guy, and this guy had warrants and whistles. And the guy got the better of me, or was getting the better of me, and I was starting to get a hold of it, and I feel like I would have won the wrestling match and got him, but, you know, there was about 20 or 30 seconds of uncertainty in there as to how well I was going to do. I might have met my match. And this guy had just got out of the joint again, and he come over and waylaid this guy. I mean, put the double beat down on him fast, quick, and in a hurry, like in 10 seconds. Whooped up on him. He had been back from the joint. He was muscled up like Hercules, and put the throw down on him, and helped me get him cuffed and get in the car. And I said, I'm kind of surprised. I call him Mr. V, as in Venus. I said, hey, Mr. V, I said, what's going on? He said, Jones, you treated me like a man. You treated me with respect. You gave me more respect than was due me. And he says, a lot of guys at the joint know you, and you got a reputation for being straight. He said, hey, I ain't saying you perfect, but you're straight. And you know, in fact, a little later on, he got in a little issue. Wasn't too bad, but he could have got 6 months at the county jail. And I actually went down and told the county judge, I said, hey, Mr. V actually had a meritorious act helping save my life, directly or indirectly, and I'd like you to take that into consideration. Though he gave him 6 months of probation instead of putting him in the county jail for that time. But anyway, I figured what goes around comes around. If you're a good guy, you'll be a good guy there. Yada yada yada. Is there any more questions? Let's see. What does that say, honey? You you see there's somebody asking a question.
Oh, hi, from Utah. I know Hawk, WYND. That is a something. I can't read that because the error in the way. There's a violation of the 4th. Chief, say hello to James, the future American Idol.
Future American Idol, yeah. This is your last chance to sing.
Hi, Steve.
They want you to sing. You ready to sing? Just even a little bit. What's that song he's talking to me about? What's the name of it? Was that a Blake Shelton song? Carrie Underwood?
You mean the one I seen in that video?
No, the one that you was telling me you want to do the new video on. You had been practicing that. I'll give you $1 if you sing. $2? I'll give you an extra 30 minutes with your game today. Deal. Okay, he's gonna sing, y'all.
Go, James, go.
Go, James, go. Go ahead. Get over here. Uh-oh. Go ahead. Whichever song you want to do.
Okay. Good job.
Good job. Always be wanted. See, we both got on our ties and shirts. We're matching twins.
He kept saying on their end it was buffering on their end.
Oh, it was. So we're gonna have to tell y'all goodbye. We're way out here in the woods. So we have to tell y'all goodbye. God bless you and have a super great Jesus day. And if you ain't a Christian, we'll just be blessed in peace and love and mercy and justice to you and whatever your religion is. What did it say, James?
Never mind, it went off.
Well, what did it say? It upset
back
you.
up. Can you? It says I will post later my
what?
My something and hopes for the community or something.
Okay, well, God bless y'all. Have a great day. Thank you for tuning in, and just thank you for everything. Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you for everything and all your prayers for my family and I. I ask you to be praying for Brother Don's family at this memorial and in their needs, and pray that I be able to say the things that are truthful and comforting and reassuring to the people in the memorial celebrating his life. And you can read about him at the church website, Sovereign Church of Jesus, Brother Donald G. Durrell. He had been in ministry about 50 years. So he's got me. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye. I can't make y'all go away. Y'all stuck. Stuck like Chuck. Bye.